Hey traders, what's going on? Jamie Saettele here with SB Trade Desk and a free video update. It is May 12, 2017, a Friday, and wanted to just share a quick view with you on DXY, the US dollar index. So it's not often where we get what I find is a clearer signal on dollar direction, through DXY than necessarily one of the dollar crosses like, say, euro dollar, right? But just the last few days, it's actually been the case. We've been concentrating or focusing on, specifically 2 days ago, focusing on that DXY, um, you know, chart, the shorter term chart, getting nitty gritty and some wave count stuff, which we're not going to do here, but I do want to provide you with an example of kind of how I look at things on the weekly and then the daily. So look, if you're not familiar with how I go about my business in technical analysis, I do look at some of the traditional things, indicators or whatever that some may prefer to use, like some moving averages, an oscillator here or there, mainly RSI if I even look at one. But for the most part, my work is based on what I've found to be most useful. And for me, that is the stuff that you could literally use if you were stranded on an island with a pencil, paper, and a ruler. And that is just horizontal levels, okay, support resistance levels, as well as trend lines. And trend lines, there's different trend line tools, right? You can use Andrew's pitchfork, you can use just a simple trend line, which create channels. The whole idea is to find what I call the angle of influence that a market is operating on. And so here is a daily, or sorry, this is a weekly chart of the dollar index DXY. All right, fair to say that this simple trend line and extended in the channel top, okay, low ticked the support about a month or exactly a year ago, sorry. That was the May 2016 low. There is a positive seasonal bias towards the dollar in May, by the way, which you may have heard somewhere. It's been going around a lot lately. But we were looking for resistance again off this. We actually didn't really get it, which was somewhat annoying back in January. But what about now? Is there anything, don't think we're going if don't think we're if the dollar's still in a very broad uptrend, right? Like if we're still headed higher from, say, the 2011 low, or even 2008 low, this cycle is still underway. Where would I expect support to register? Well, I'd actually be looking on one of these parallels, but probably on something like this. Okay, this is a weekly, but you can let's go into a daily. So can you see all the beautiful touches and responses, right? Back here, really starting back in May. There's May again, May of 2015. Okay, May, yeah, spike below it. I get it. Nothing's going to be perfect. Okay, that's another thing. Some people will dismiss a trend line or something or support resistance level once you go through it. I don't think that's necessarily the right way to go about it. Response here, back here in March of 2016, in April of last year, it actually was pretty good support and resistance around this area. Okay, and then you chopped around for a while, and actually, lo and behold, the election low spiked on that level. So yeah, this might be a level to focus on. Okay, it obviously increases with time, and I don't know if we get there, but it's something that I have got in the back of my mind that I know I'll probably want to pay attention to if we get there. All right, the thing that I was talking about with the clear signal on DXY over the last couple of days is just this. All right, it's just a trend line, and this trend line was big support on the election too. Support March 27th, support on April 20th, and then you had the first round of the French elections, the gap down. Second round, okay, actually opened up down here. at the lows, and we've come back to test that trend line as resistance. So again, that's to me a bearish signal for the dollar. Um, you know, each chart needs to be looked at separately, but do understand that this does, this is 58% euro basically. So, you know, you got to take the hint. The hint on euro. Yen's actually 13%, I believe. Pound's 11%. CAD is 9%. All right. So these are some of the levels to pay attention to, in my opinion, on DXY. Resistance hit, potentially for a move down towards the next support. All right. Okay. Again, in the SB swing updates, we do, and in the webinars, we do attempt to, get real nitty gritty with the near term stuff and identify very, the short term potential and the wave counts to, provide context with the move. But this chart, I believe, is quite useful. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Again, Jamie Saettele here signing off with a free video update with SB Trade Desk. That was DXY. All right, have a great weekend, everybody. All right, bye.